Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. Today, before starting doing the maintenance on my John Deere Mower Deck, I'm gonna talk briefly about the control of the humidity in my garage and what I do about that. All right. So first of all, when my both of my tractor came in, I tried to sweep the snow outside as much as I can outside the garage. Then I bring the tractor in. Of course, I switch the breaker in for warm the garage. And also, what I do is, like you can see in the corner there, for us putting the lights, I switched my big dehumidifier on to bring the humidity level at an acceptance level, which is around, I keep it around 40-45% of humidity. And also on the side I put a fan so the air circulate. And about 5 hours after that, what I do is I made myself a squidgy basically. One side is a rough, hard side, and the other one is a soft one. So I push all the water outside, and that's what I do. Now, on the top of that, since my floor is not even on the garage have a tendency to bring all the water. The water goes in on that side. So what I have done brand new this year is I put, like you can see that line, I just do a close up, is I put a silicone right on the concrete itself, all around, and it's keeping the water right there, so it's easier to sweep out, because before the water used to go on the side. I did put silicone on the side of the wall, but it was very hard to sweep under my tool. So and it was starting to build up humidity there. So I during the last summer I made sure it was dry, and with those silicone bead installed, so the water, it's easier to keep the garage dry. All right. So that being said, let's go work on my little Mower Deck from my John Deere. All right, cheers. All right, gentlemen and ladies, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm gonna dismantle everything on the deck, so before doing any sort of maintenance, so I'm gonna remove everything. So stay on. Cheers. All right, gentlemen and ladies, so as you see, I remove everything from the mower deck. Everything's in there, well placed part. I guess I become an expert on how to remove things from my mower deck, because I built it, reconstructed it, modify it, paint it many times. All right, so now what I want to do is talk to you about the bearings in the spindles, and I'm gonna remove it to see how it went this year. Let's see, let's clean that. So I have to put that in the right hole, and I should be able to push it. Here you go. Ooh. Well, as you can see, this is the cylinder between the two bearings. Oh, I'm lucky. So this is the sleeve basically between the two bearings. There's one bearings here, this one's at the top, and there's the other one. And this is the one I open on one side only, remember? There's the guy, I forgot the name, I'm gonna write it up. I said open the side. So this sleeve basically bring the grease towards the two bearings. So as you're seeing, the bearings are very well greased by because of the sleeve. So yes, a year later I can tell that this trick is working very well. My bearing is, I forget to turn it, but are very well greased, and it's worth it to remove the plastic side, towards. So the grease, as the grease came in, it's lubricating the bearing. So I'm going to do the other side now. There. Woo. One more minute. Woo. So this one is the same, very well greased. And oh yes, the grease, there's a good blob of grease. Every week I was greasing it. Every time I used it, I put some new grease. So that better, maybe this time I will have a better example. So basically, there's the wheel bearing on the top, there's the one in the bottom. Actually it's inverted, but anyway, the zerk is right in the middle. So the grease go there. It doesn't go in the middle because of the sleeve, and then it goes grease. And before I used to change these bearings because of the it was a plate, so the grease was just passing between there and the outside of the spindle, but not inside the bearing. But it's very greased now, so his trick is working really good. So what I'm going to do is basically put that back right now as it is. There we go. I'm very satisfied. Like, I mean, the bearing are wow. And I'm just gonna slightly and same thing. Well, this one I dropped it on the ground. Oh boy, many times. So they are installed, so please do remove those little plates in the middle for the bearing, and I can see the difference right away. So the next step, I'm gonna clean the, not clean, I have to remove that wheel, so see you later. Alright, gentlemen and ladies, do you recognize me? Time to cut the left wheel, alright? Since the right one fall down, so I'm going to remove that wheel, okay? Alright, like you saw in the video, I grind all around here. This one is so this one is cut off like this. I'm just gonna finish the final grinding because there's some cutting here, and then I'm gonna install a plate. Cheers. Alright, gentlemen and ladies, so I just put the plate on the top of the hole I need. And I'm going to use my MIG Pack 180 from Lincoln Electric. The main reason why I bought this MIG is, yes, I have the gas bottle on it, but this time I'm just going to use it MIG. I'm just going to weld around because it's very thin metal, and doing arc welding on that, it's tough going. So that's why about 3 years ago I tricked myself with that welding. So let's go at it. Alright, gentlemen and ladies, so I finished the weld. I cleaned it with the brush, but I'm going to use the grinder to do a smooth finish on it. It's all welded around. So let's do that. So I finished to clean it. Everything is ground off. Now what I'm going to do is clean the whole deck for my painting. Alright, cheers. Alright, gentlemen and ladies, I just finished to remove all the the leftover. One thing I like to mention is I never wash, again, like my other tractor, I never wash my deck. That's why, well, I have no corrosion whatsoever. However, the paint always goes. So I'm gonna clean everything with acetone on both sides of the deck, and then let's paint it. All right, gentlemen. So I just finished to clean it. It's lunchtime, so I'm gonna let the solution dry off, and then this afternoon I'm going to paint it. All right. I forgot to mention that on the video. We're Friday the 8th of January. All right. Cheers. Alright, gentlemen, so and ladies, I finished to clean everything. Time to paint. I just put one coat of paint. This year I'm going to try something different. I'm going to use, I have a little bit left over. It's outdoor varnish. I'm just going to put over it, and then I'm going to grease everything, and that should be it. I'm going to show you that on other videos. Now I'm gonna paint. I'm going to do a touch up on the other side. So let's do that. Alright, gentlemen and ladies. So the Mower deck is painted on both sides. Later on I'm gonna put that as a test, that varnish. And on others videos I will show you about a month from now when everything is dry. So the only thing left I have to do is just sharpen the blade and reinstall, and everything is good for next summer. Even if we are in the in the middle of January, we're Friday the 8th of January. Have a good one. Thank you kindly. All right. Cheers.